Hi. In this video, I want to share with you a strategy to use to make sure that you will definitely overcome your social anxiety. Now, before I get into that, I want to share a little bit about what's going on in my life because it's been a really tough week. Been crying a lot. That's definitely not something that I used to be able to share because, that was the weakest thing possible, because I always had to, give off this impression that I was perfect and that, I didn't have any negative emotions whatsoever. And while I'm anxiety free, that doesn't mean that my life is perfect, alright? So issues still come up. And why I'm sharing what I'm sharing is because it might give you some perspective as to your own journey to overcoming your social anxiety. Because overcoming your social anxiety is just part of the journey. Because once you're done, once you're anxiety free, you're on to the whole next step of life. And it just keeps going and it keeps going. The positive thing about it is that you continue to keep feeling better and better and better as you resolve more and more challenges as they come up. So at the moment, what I'm struggling with, I'm in a fight with my girlfriend that I've had we've been dating for 13 or 14 months. And it's related to my social anxiety past, because what I noticed was that I judged her when we would be out and about meeting other people. And while I didn't feel anxious, I was judgmental of her. And that's just a small tiny bit of the social anxiety that I hadn't run into yet. So that's just something that wasn't resolved in me. And I shared that with her and she got upset. And obviously other things were going on as well. But I took that as to, okay, so there's another level here that I haven't surpassed. Another roadblock to being completely free and enjoying all my relationships, my intimate one, my close ones, the ones with my friends. And so this week, been doing a lot of tapping, doing a lot of healing, getting rid of these patterns that were in place that caused me to judge her. And now this has elevated me to a whole new level. And that brings a lot more freedom and a lot more joy to my overall state of being. Now, what I told you in the beginning of the video is there's one strategy to make sure that you'll definitely overcome your social anxiety. And that is constant improvement and not stopping until you have what you want. Now that might sound like a trick or a useless tip or whatever, but think about it. If you continuously keep improving yourself and you apply the techniques, the EFT and, I share in other videos how to apply it systematically. If you keep improving and improving and improving, there's a certain amount of steps that it takes to fully resolve your social anxiety. And if you keep taking steps, even if it's just 15 or 20 minutes a day, then you'll continuously keep improving and you'll get less and less anxious and more comfortable and confident, until at some point you hardly feel anxious in situations, and then you only get triggered once every so often. And then when you get triggered, you do some more work and you get triggered even less. And then when you get triggered again, you do some more work and you get triggered even less. And eventually you get to a point where you have no triggers anymore and you're completely free of your anxiety. Possibly, maybe, there are other things that are then going to come up in order to create like really high quality, awesome relationships with amazing people, right? And it's a forever continuing journey, which is very exciting because there are higher levels all the time. Okay, so when you continuously improve, like I tattooed myself back then. When I heard about, wow, it's about negative limiting beliefs, and when you change these to positive, you can overcome your problem. Like, what the hell? So I tattooed myself to remind myself, I'm going to keep going until I'm totally free of anxiety. That's something, that's a mindset to take, And because I took that mindset, I kept going, I kept going, I kept going. I knew that there was what did I say, like a goal at the end of the rainbow. Okay, so I guess that's what I wanted to share in this video. So this mindset is also a mindset that might help you to understand that, hey, taking the journey is safe. Okay? Because you can take small, tiny steps, and a lot of small, tiny steps lead up to big, massive change. Okay? All right. Hope that's been helpful, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Oh, wait. If you have any, this is unedited and stuff. If you have any questions, put them down in the question box. Please subscribe. Please share any video that's been helpful, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye. Actually, let's do some tapping to help solidify that understanding, okay? So on the side of the hand, just repeat after me, say out loud. Say, even though I'm afraid to take the journey, I'm afraid it's just too much. I'm afraid I'll never get there. I'm afraid I'll give up. I accept myself and all this fear. Even though thinking about taking the journey is overwhelming, it's so much, and I don't want to leave my comfort zone. I don't want to change. I accept myself, and I accept where I am today. Even though I feel overwhelmed when I think about taking the journey, it seems like it's impossible to overcome it. So why would I take the journey? I'm afraid of taking the journey. I'm afraid it will be yet another disappointment. And what if I make progress and I fall back? I'm afraid to take the journey to social confidence. And even though I have all this fear, I accept myself and I accept where I am today. Good tap on the beginning of your eyebrows. So I'm afraid to take the journey. So yes, I'm afraid it'll be too much. Yes, what if I can't handle it? What if I'm not strong enough? Chin. It's overwhelming to think about it. Collarbone. There's so much stuff to do. On the arms. I don't even know where to get started. Liver point. I'm afraid to change. On the wrist point. I don't want to change. Top of that. I'm resistant to changing. Beginning of the eyebrows. Don't make me change. Side eyes. I'm not going to change. On the eyes. I don't even want this stupid tapping to work. On the nose. I don't want to change. Chin. And I'm really afraid of changing. Collarbone. Because what if it doesn't work? On the arms. What if I try it and I find out it doesn't work? Liver point. I'm afraid to get started. On the wrist point, all this fear and resistance of taking the journey. Top of that, I'm afraid to take the journey. Beginning of the eyebrows. What if it's too much? Side eyes. And what if it isn't? On the eyes. What if I can chunk it down into small steps? On the nose. What if I can take one small step every day? Chin. What if I don't have to do it all at once? Collarbone. I wonder what would happen if I invested 20 minutes a day. Under the arms. A lot of small steps is big steps and big progress. Liver point, I can take small steps. Wrist point, I can do it. Top of the hat, with constant improvement, I can do it. Beginning of the eyebrows, no, I don't buy that. Side eyes, but it sounds reasonable. On the eyes, maybe I can do this. On the nose, I want to feel more confident about my ability to do this. Chin, I don't have to do it all at once. Collarbone, I take comfort in knowing that I don't have to do it all at once. Under the arms, I can take small, manageable steps. Liver point, small steps is better than no action. Wrist point, I can take small steps. Top of the hat, and with EFT, those small steps are safe. Beginning of the eyebrows. I want to broaden my comfort zone. Side eyes, and as I take small steps every day, on the eyes, I'm naturally broadening my comfort zone. Under the nose, I can commit to 20 minutes a day. Chin, a lot of little progress equals a lot of progress. Collarbone, I can do this step by step. Under the arms, I can do this. Liver point, it may not be an instant transformation. Wrist point, but I can start moving out of where I am now. Top of that, I can start on the journey today. Good, take a deep breath in. And relax. And know that with constant improvement, keeping your goal in mind, taking small steps every single day, your success is inevitable. Okay, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.